Welcome
Two
Manked
meets
with.
Zulu.
Yeah, I think that's a good intro.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, sure, that works. One of those.
Awesome. So, Zulu,
Oh,
aka John.
that's my name.
Nice. Didn't mess that up. Awesome. Give a brief explanation to who you are.
Uh, I'm John Zulu. I stream RuneScape, but I play it more than I stream it. Uh, you may know me as a filthy swapper, a PVMer, a viable prod, a skiller. I don't know, something like that. I used to play Deadman, but Deadman's kind of lately, so I don't know. That's who I am, though. Hello.
So, this is a bit of a weird one, but you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But I've got give a brief
Uh-huh.
history of your life up until this point. So, like, if you want, just do like a quick rundown of like school. Like, did you play many games? Were you good at
All
school and
right.
stuff like that?
We're gonna go all the way to the start, dude. Never knew my father. Don't know who he is. We're getting real personal real quick, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I my mom raised me up until the point I was like 7. And that's when I like my stepdad came into my life and my sister. I went to like a lot of different schools. I moved a lot as a kid. I went to like 11 different schools throughout
Wow.
my school years. I was mainly into music. I wasn't really into sports too much except for track. I guess I mean I like playing sports, but I wasn't like on any teams or anything. Like I would just be like pickup games and stuff.
Okay.
Uh, I was pretty well in school. I had a full ride to a college. I got accepted to a lot of different schools, but I decided to go to Berkeley College of Music, which I went to for about a year, and then my family got divorced, so I moved back to Florida, and that's around the time that Old School started up, around that same time.
Okay.
Um, but I was basically living alone for a while, working, playing RS, and now we're here. I don't know. It's like
Awesome.
that's where it's at.
Okay, fair enough. How did you come up with the name Zulu?
The name releases. So I had the name Marisor, but then in 2014 there was a bunch of name releases. Uh, one of the names I wanted was 2277, which is the max total level, and the other one was Zulu. I got both of them. There was some other names I wanted too, but like they all got taken right away. I liked it. I stuck with it. Main reason I wanted, I guess, was like the NATO alphabet, like Alpha,
Yeah.
Bravo, all that, and then up to Zulu. Or like also like Zulu time versus local time, like pilots, they'll say it's like 10 a.m. local, 3, or like 1500 Zulu or
Yep.
something.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. So did you play RuneScape pre-OC?
Yeah, I did.
Yep. When did you start and how did you get into it?
I don't want to say the exact year,
Yep.
but it was middle school.
Okay.
And my friends got me into it basically. I think that's how most people are. Their school friends got them into it.
Yeah.
They were all like telling me to check out this game, so I tried it out. I remember very vividly. I think it was like the first day I played. Actually, I think you're gonna ask me about my oldest memory,
Yep.
but anyways, I think we're just going to that right now. My oldest memory, I think it was the first day, was back when East Varrock PKing, like just north of the altar, and that was a thing.
Yep.
I went there as like a really low level. I want to say I was probably a level 3. I might have been level 8 or something, and I just died all day. I went there. I kept going back there. And I kept trying to like fight people, but I didn't have any gear, or food, or anything, so I just kept dying.
Okay. What? So you just ran up and started like boxing people, basically?
Yeah, I think so. I probably did that.
Okay. Well, the next question after that is, what's the noobiest thing you've done on RS? But I think we've kind of answered that already.
That probably is the dubious thing I've done. Although I did probably spend an entire day or maybe an entire week. I don't remember it, but I remember I had the goal of getting full bronze. So I went and mined my own copper and tin. And like I walked all the way to, I didn't know there was a Lumbridge home teleport. I walked all the way to Lumbridge, went to the furnace, made it, walked back up to Varrock, and then smith the armor.
Damn. I mean, you're going Iron Man all the way back then, aren't you? So
Basically, yeah.
respectable, dude. Okay. So what's your favorite era of RuneScape?
See, I feel like there's moments of old school that I feel like I liked more than I liked pre-EOC, but if I was more knowledgeable back then, I think I would like pre-EOC more.
Okay.
But I think like 2014 old school is probably like my favorite before Zora, before all that stuff was added.
Okay.
Like Zaya and Diaries and all that. But I also think like 2008, 2009 was also really good.
Cool. So sorry, pre-OC, what did you used to do? Did you PVM still? Did you PK? Did you skill? What did you get up to?
I kind of did a little bit of everything. I was sort of newbie, but I was in a few different French chats. One of them was like the the distraction diversions, how you get like the shooting stars
Yeah.
and all that, and like the citadel from like clans. I remember just like I wasn't playing much at one point, but I would like only log in for the shooting stars and the weekly upkeep at the citadel.
Okay.
But I was into all of it. I like PKing. I liked skilling. I wasn't really good at PVMing though, so
Okay.
I didn't do much of that. Never got to do like TDs or necks or any of that. So until like the later on parts.
Fair enough. So, what's been your favorite update on Old School?
This is gonna be a weird one. It's kind of like a really boring one, but static spawns definitely.
Static
Static
spawns.
spawns are so important. Yeah, they're so important for so many things. I like a bunch of different skills, all the PVM. Static spawns are super important for all that stuff. You know how there's like 3-tick mining, 3-tick hunter, 2-tick woodcutting, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, chins wouldn't respawn, rocks wouldn't respawn, trees wouldn't respawn fast enough for those methods to even be that good back then.
Okay.
So even if those methods were known, they wouldn't have been good at all. So I think static spawns helped shape skilling a lot.
Okay. So is it literally like when a chin dies and it respawns in the same place because it's run off too far and you want it to spawn in a certain place? You know exactly
It would take
where it's
longer.
spawning?
Yeah, and it would take longer if like back then before static spawns. It's also really big for Slayer too. Like
Okay.
monsters respawning, you'd have to have like world 1 or world 30 back then if you wanted to have good XP rates.
Okay. Fair enough. That's literally way above my head because I'm obviously new into the PVMing and skilling scene. So, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. If you could bring one update from pre-OC into Old School, what would it be?
Next, I think.
Next.
I
Okay.
think next would be amazing on old school, especially since we have so much gear now. That's it probably would be doable without summoning.
Okay. What's your favorite part about Next? What makes it so good?
I think so. I would say the group aspect, but like the fact that it's kind of hard nowadays to get groups together.
Yeah.
I like TOB so much because of the group aspect of it. Even though sometimes it's hard to get teams, I just think that it'd be so much fun to do with people.
Okay. So yeah, speaking of Theatre of Blood, actually, discuss what it was like being part of the dream team for the Theatre of Blood release.
I mean, we obviously everybody who was on the team that got the first completion went to Jagex to test it.
Yep.
So it's really like I guess people are gonna say like it's rigged or it was like it was supposed like obviously like people expected it. It was nothing like special, but I think it was really intimidating. Raiding with like Wooks and Bodhi, obviously they're bigger names, they're bigger streamers. So whenever I die, obviously it gets pointed out a lot.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not dying like at like a lot more than everybody else, it just
Yeah.
gets pointed out. So it was really intimidating to deal with that, having to take the heat basically. But it was a lot of fun for sure.
Okay, that's good. So like the pressure didn't get to you at all. It was.
It might have got to me a couple times, but it's fine.
Okay, fair enough. How long have you streamed?
I started streaming like January 2016, so like almost 2.5 years, or a little over 2.5 years.
Awesome, awesome. And did you start? Wait, did you start doing YouTube before that, or did you do YouTube after you started streaming, or how did you get into YouTube as well?
YouTube for RS YouTube, I started after, or it might have been right around the same time, but I didn't really make many videos. I started doing them kind of at the same time for RS, but I used to obviously make Call of Duty videos and all that back in the day.
Okay, which Call of Duties? Like, how long have you played COD?
I started with COD 4, but I didn't play it that much, and then I got really into because I was playing Halo as well at the time. But then I got really into it around MW2 days.
Apart from RS, do you play any other games, or was COD like and Halo your only other games?
Right now, well, I played H1 when it was really good, back when it was still Z1,
Okay.
but then I stopped. And right now, if I do play another game, it's usually going to be like PUBG or Fortnite, but I don't play them that much.
And do you normally play those with like just some friends that you want to chill with or something? Or
Yeah, usually just people in my Discord or some friends, yeah.
Cool. Is there any content on RS you tend to avoid?
Avoid in what sense? Like avoid because I don't liked it, or avoid it
Yeah.
because
Like you don't enjoy it, you don't see kind of a reason to do it or something like that?
I think I don't enjoy PvP in its current state.
Yep. Okay.
I think it's just there's just not much to gain for me from there.
Okay.
I've gone more towards the progress or the progress side of like my account, so I don't really gain much from PvP.
Okay.
I like PvP, but It's just not what it used to be.
Yeah. Do you want to give a quick rundown on kind of your accounts and what you're up to right now on RuneScape?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm mainly playing my main. Although I'm not playing it as much as I'd like to. I've been really busy with this move. My parents are moving, so I got to help them with that.
Okay.
But I'm mainly playing my main, trying to get some pets, trying to get some XP. And my other accounts, I have an alt that's 2K total, which I use for like alt PVM and like restocking and all that. And then I have an Iron Man that's a hardcore Iron Man, which nobody knows the name of, and I don't
Okay.
play it that often, but I want to play it more when I get the time. And then I have an account that used to be an Iron Man that I'm making into another PVM slash like what's it called? Restocking alt, which
Okay.
is the Marisor account. And then I have a couple accounts that I don't really use, but I used to use for like the GE.
Okay. So I'm really interested in this secret account for some reason. I won't ask you too many questions on it, but what's the total level? Can you give us a total level?
Uh, I can't give you the exact total level, but it's around 1500.
Okay. So it's semi-progressed. Starting to get
Yeah.
to. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. What got you into making a swapping CC?
Oh, that? Okay. So that 2014, actually no, it's been 2015. Yeah, 2015. There was a guy named Japan. He was in Slay Stars, which is the clan, one of the clans I'm in right now. And he ran his own swapping thing. Like there was no CC, it was just him. But he was well known as like one of the biggest swappers. And he decided to make a CC, and I kind of like kept bugging him. I was like, hey, I would love to be a rank. I play a lot. I can be on a lot and all that. So I joined his CC, the Japan Swap CC, and then unfortunately, like only a few months later, around like November or so of 2015, he decided to RWT like 30 bill or something.
Oh no.
Um, so at that point, I built up a name for myself, so I decided to just keep going with it. Made my own CC with my friend Dreeks, and we've just been doing it ever since.
How much would you say you play RS outside of streaming, and how much do you play on stream?
Right now, I probably play about 60 to 80 hours a week,
Okay.
which is a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
I stream probably like 30 to 40, but I want to stream more. I've just, again, like I said, I've been really busy. But once
Yeah.
I get everything sorted out, I should be streaming almost as much as I'm playing. I shouldn't be playing much off stream. Like if I'm playing, I should be streaming,
Damn.
um, just because long streams. But I want to get to that point. Hopefully, just got to build it up. Can't take too much. Can't like bite more than I can chew.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Do you feel that when you're streaming, it kind of drains you mentally? Because when I stream, I can't stream for like 10 hours a day because I don't know. I feel like I get kind of like stressed over a long period of time. So I kind of need a little break before I stream again. Do you have that, or are you just able to
Um,
stream for long periods of time?
I think I definitely get that. I know exactly what you're talking about, where
Yeah.
it's like, because obviously everybody has the meme of like hashtag the chat and like how it's all
Yeah.
like, oh, streaming's easy and all that. Well, yeah, I mean, turning on a stream and then playing RuneScape's easy, but like you got to interact with people, you got to somewhat stay entertaining, you got to stay
Yeah.
positive, you got to not get tilted, you got to constantly interact, and it's like I love doing it, but it does kind of have its effects on you, but I think part of it is taking regular breaks, getting up, stretching,
Yeah.
maybe having some food in between, a couple snacks or something.
Okay.
Uh, Keep yourself energized.
Cool. Other than currently helping your parents move, what do you do outside of streaming?
Mainly I'm really into music. Like I said before, I'm a musician, playing guitar and piano for over half my life. Super into that. When a lot of my friends like so I live in Florida and I went to school in Florida. A lot of my friends they all work as well, but when I get the time, I hang out with them. Although it's not too often. I guess I don't know. That's pretty boring. Not too much.
Well, nice, fair enough. If you're playing RS a lot and streaming a lot, then it's understandable. This is what's a average day in a life for you. Obviously, try and pick just like a normal kind of day.
Well, I'm gonna say the day that I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to the
Yeah.
point where I wake up around maybe 8 or 9 a.m. and I usually try not to eat until around like maybe 10 or 11.
Okay.
But I'm trying to like get to that point where I wake up early, um, get a little bit of gains in, and then hopefully go get either some cardio or go for a short swim. Uh, Not there yet though. I'm only swimming about once a week right now, but I'd like to do that more.
Okay.
Then I would love to start streaming early, Like I would love to start an early stream, but right now, typical day, I'm probably busy working on the moving stuff for a few hours, and then I'm just chilling out mainly, and
Okay.
then I go live.
Okay, fair enough. And what time do you normally end your streams?
I usually end close to midnight if I can,
Okay.
or maybe sometimes a little after.
Finally, the last question from me is, what job would you have, do you think, if you didn't stream?
Well, before I went full time about a year ago, I was working for a transportation company. I don't think I'd be there forever, but I might still be there now. Uh, Part of the reason I went full time is because I saw it as, this streaming is, I'm making as much as I was then
Yeah.
with the other job, and that job wasn't going to be a career.
Okay.
But I think my dream job would be to be a producer in a studio, or just be a studio rat in general.
Okay.
Just work on music for people and probably work my way up like through just internships and all that.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Twitter questions. So we've got one from Ross, and I think I know the answer, and I don't know if this is a meme or not, but what's the worst pet you've had to get in terms of difficulty or grind, whatever you want to determine it as?
There's no meme there, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think that's a meme. Obviously Kriara, I'm 10.4k KC, no pet yet. That's about a 500-hour grind. For people who don't know, almost all that is solo as well. No alt, no anything, just solo kills, mostly on task. That I don't have it yet, but I think I like Arma more. I'd rather do 10k Arma kills than the 900 Sire kills I had to do.
Oh, wow.
I do not like Sire at all. I'm not a fan.
Because, yeah, I thought, did I not see you get the pet recently? Or was that a troll? Or was that someone else? I thought I saw you got the pet recently.
You saw Sergeant Slippy get it. Sergeant Slippy got it at like 18k KC or so.
Okay.
So now I'm currently the #1 KC without the pet in game.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. So do you normally do Armadillo on stream, or what do you do on stream normally? Or Theatre of Blood? What's a mix up between?
I'm currently not doing Arma much. Right now, mainly Theater of Blood. I started getting into Grotesque Guardians now that I have a Scythe, and also Chambers of Zarek hard mode. So I'm trying to get the dust and trying to get those pets.
Okay, cool. So Ben says, you've been hacked. You have 24 hours to make as much money as possible. What do you do?
I saw that tweet earlier. I was kind of thinking about it. So assuming that they take everything, including like the stash units for clues and my coffers and all my other accounts, everything. If they took everything from me,
Yeah.
What would I do? I'd probably do some sort of method just to get a small amount of GP, whether it's knights or what's it called, blackjacking, or like one agility pyramid. Get myself some hunter supplies and probably go do some chins.
Okay.
Make a couple mil and then spend that money on, or make a few mil maybe, buy like a blowpipe and a trident, and then have myself the Zora, and then after a few mil from there, probably work my way up in the PVM, just maybe DKs or Vorkath, and then just keep going up from there. I don't know.
Okay. How come Zora as opposed to Vorkath? Or Vorkath, sorry.
I think you need more stuff for Vorkath. I don't know. Are they taking my untradables? If they don't take my Void, I guess Vorkath would be good. But if they take the untradables, then Zora's easier when you don't have Void. I think.
Fair enough.
You don't need much gear for it.
Okay. Smart move, smart move. Andrew asks, if you could travel to any place in the world, where would you go?
I want to go to Maldives before it becomes Atlantis.
Okay.
So
How come?
I'd like to go to Maldives because it's just a beautiful, beautiful place.
Box Terrier asks, was your swapping CC affected by the recent max cash bug?
No, luckily none of us were on, but that was a ridiculous bug. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on it all?
How does that happen? How does fixing thieving method make it so untradables turn into max cash? I don't understand that personally. Maybe the two weren't together, but
yeah, when I heard about it, I was like, I guarantee it's to do with that thing, with the RD Knights change or whatever it was.
No, none of us were affected though.
Okay, that's good. It's crazy, but okay, cool. Do you know of people that did swap to RS3 and then?
I heard some rumors that people swapped, but I don't have no swappers have told me like that they got fucked over, so I don't think that anybody swapped.
Robert asks, what updates would make you play dead mode again?
Dead man mode, dude. Oh man, it's just I really want to like Deadman mode. I think the tournament, this most recent tournament, was amazing. They did a really good job with it. The fact that 4 content creators made it to the top 8,
Hmm.
that like, and those players are not bad players. Like they're good players. The fact
Yeah.
that they were able to make it to top 8 shows that Deadman is becoming less a clan game and more a strategy game when it gets to the 1v1s. I think they all got carried by clans to get to the 1v1. Once
Yeah.
you get to that stage, it's more of like, you get to be there. You were one of them, man.
Yeah,
So
I know.
like you probably of all people would know that the tournament was like a lot better than the previous ones,
Hmm.
in terms of the structure, I think. But I think in terms of seasonal, it needs to be way less restricted, man. It's so restricted. You can't do
Okay.
anything. You can't get XP. You can't go kill anything. You can't like you can fight and win like a 50k PK, and then what are you gonna buy? You don't buy anything because you have max gear with like nothing. Like the
Yeah.
max gear is like really cheap, so there's nothing to work towards, even if you PK.
Would you play tournaments if so the final area is 128 people, and typically that's like dominated by clans. If it was 256 people, there'd be a lot more like solo players in that. Do you think you'd give it a go, or do you just tend to stick away from the PvP stuff?
I think I might try it. Yeah,
Okay.
I originally like a year ago suggested that they do like some kind of format with 1v1s.
Okay.
Glad they did the 128. I think my original suggestion was that like from like all 2,000 players, it's like 2,048, then 1024, then
Okay.
512, 256, 128 from there. But I think this structure is more fun as a viewer.
Yeah.
I'd probably play it if it was 256. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we're going to get a bit more personal. So, a Blade asks, have you completed your IRL 2018 goals?
So I saw that tweet as well. I think he's talking about the IRL goals mainly, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the tweet open right now. Not taking bait. I'm getting a lot better at not taking bait. I still do it a little bit, but I'm getting better at like if somebody says something where it's like obviously they're trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm getting a little better at my responses or just not responding at all.
Okay.
Um, the 6 minute mile, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there though. I'm doing a lot more cardio, which is I'm improving. One of my goals this year was to get a 6 minute mile or less because I used to run. I had a 4:58 back in high school,
Okay.
but now I'm not able to do that. Uh, the other IRL goals I think was just eating more clean, which I'm definitely doing. I have a meal delivery service Monday through Friday, and they do a good job with that.
Cool.
I'm actually struggling to remember what the other ones were. If there was because he says there was 3 more, but I don't know what the other ones were. I think
Okay.
I'm on pace to do well, reach most of them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, one was about back pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really have back pain, but I think I included that I didn't want to get back pain, so I wanted to improve my posture,
Yeah.
and I've been doing well with that, I think, as well.
Cool. Awesome. Oh, that's good to hear. And then finally, for the last question, we've got Ditterbitter, and he's asking, what is it like to be Rock Council?
Ditter. Uh, dude, yeah, this rot meme goes way back. It goes like to I think it goes back to when I got the name Zulu. So,
Okay.
like I said previously, how I got the name was 2014. There was a bunch of name releases. They released the name Zulu. I guess there's a guy in Rot also named Zulu. So there's a Rot Zulu, and then there's me.
Okay.
But I happen to be the one that got the name, and I stuck with it. And if the guy had asked me back then to like buy the name or whatever, I probably would have sold it to him, and I would have just been 2277, and
Yeah.
you'd be having an interview make to meets 2277. But he didn't do that, so I'd already established myself under the name Zulu, and he's like, "Dude, I've been known as Zulu for this long." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man, but I'm Zulu." And now Rot loves to just make the Rot Zulu meme,
Okay.
which I'm happy to play along with.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not.
It's like the pure Seb. We can't establish who's Seb number one and Seb number two because obviously
Yeah,
we're both
yeah.
called Seb. So it's similar to that.
A lot of people with the same names, man. There's too many Adams in this.
Oh yeah, God. Well, I
Yeah,
guess it's
yeah.
going to happen when there's so many streamers and stuff, isn't it? So,
Yeah, fair.
but yeah, okay. So, well, last, not really a question, but what social media can people follow you on?
Twitch/Zulu. YouTube is really John Jon, and Twitter is Zulu only ZULUONLY.
Okay, cool. I'll include that throughout the video, but if you guys want to check him out on any of those, just feel free to. How have you, my brain failed then. Have you enjoyed this experience? Has it been an alright experience talking about
Yeah,
the path
man,
and stuff?
you're a great host and interviewer. You should
Cheers,
do these
man.
more.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stick with it and try and eventually get through pretty much like every single content creator, just because it's so nice meeting people. Oh, another question: are you going to RuneFest?
I am, yeah. I was actually
Awesome.
invited about a few weeks ago. I think I got an invite from a DM from Archie with an
Sweet.
invite. Yep.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap it up here, guys. If you've enjoyed, please do, well, you guys know what to do. And hopefully we'll see you next week for another one.
Peace.